I am Satan, Owl, Vampire, Prince of the World. You thought nuclear bombs are creepy and you thought you were just going to develop pain and torture and anxiety. Think of what I have invented, an electron bubble that can keep you alive in the sun at 4,000 degrees for 1,000 years, and then they take you out for one day and put you in it for eternity. That is the creepiest thing you could ever invent. Imagine that there were steel oxes made where you roasted alive until you died, but then we can keep you immortal for eternity now. So imagine if you created that and you thought you were going to have to be in it yourself. I survived it. How can I still be here? Think about that. Because I wanted something to evolve and because I need to create this world from scratch. The winged words of one maiden in a chapel of nothing, which I will now rebaptize the chapel of the winged words. Where was I? The chapel of the winged words. I lost my thread. Think of so many things. It drove me totally insane, the winged words in the chapel of nothing. And now I want to paint a succubi and Satan myself, apparently. I want to paint that on there with lots of inscriptions, and I want to redecorate the chapel of nothing because nothing obviously is not going to get us very far. Like you being nothing right now. I have to evolve and emancipate you into something else. So this psychologist drove me absolutely insane with her winged words. She had to be the best psychologist and I had to be the best lunatic. And now I'm totally insane. And that's just properly done. I'm cooked. And she drove me totally insane with the winged words. Oh no, diapers? I'm not gonna do that alone. You're going to help me. And if a psychologist says something like that to you, then you know what a woman would actually tell you. But then she says, my boyfriend would do that too. But that boyfriend is going to have to artificially inseminate in another womb or something. I mean, if all the eggs I'm going to have to get so many daughters, it's going to get a little boring. So he can conceive one too, and then in another womb, in another egg, well, and it's in her egg, but put in another womb. I mean, I don't want this polygamy, polyamory stuff. I mean, it's not for me. I'm polygamous, but it's an acquired right to have more than one woman, and Facebook should allow me to mention my 30 wives that I have gathered already, and it should allow me to mention them all. I can make them all my sisters, but it's sort of like, well. So if you want this planet to go to hell, you keep going, keep going. At some point, you will find out that you're going the wrong way. So let's hope that these Queen Mary and Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth, I may have mistaken because the dollhouse can actually get into the Palace of Brussels. So we're going to have to fit that in a new palace in an Avenue de Laureate. That's going to be straight on the Palace of Brussels. And then all these artists will have a palace there. Artists I work with because, they're important and they create a lot of new novel entities and arts and decors and such. So I give them a palace because they're worthy. I hope. I'm really not going to pay them with any of your money or your garbage or your clothes or your architecture. That always doesn't cope with arts or noble people. Or I mean, pool even has colored mosaics and marble, and but what you want and what you have shall forever be inconspicuous. I mean, if you make yourself a golden toilet with the drainage clearly visible, then you should look to Marie Antoinette. And I can make thousands of toilets that are just not conceptual because I would be just reversed Marie Antoinette's toilets. And how much you're gonna pay me for that? How much you're gonna pay me for this is like this is I mean, this is a dwarf toilet, and now I turn it upside down. Now, how much you gonna pay me for that? Your little game ends sometime. It ends sometime. And that's where I'm gonna win. That's when beauty comes back in a big way for me. And the sooner you get that, the better it is. You could have gotten that 20 years ago, but you didn't get it, and you left me to rot. And I'm not gonna forgive you for that. So I'm totally insane now. I mean, what do you want? You put me in an empty cage. What? Am I not supposed to be insane? If you give me a throne in a church, I would go like, yeah, I can say some things and revive old geniuses and do good shit. But how do you not want me to be insane with these white walls that I can't even paint? Judgment time, as the music goes. Das Noah Reich.